Fox. So Abner calls me then, and he said, "Hey, I got him the job." I said, Abner calls me up. He says, "Only fox I can find is a gray fox, right?" And I said, "Well, so what? The fox is a fox. I don't care what color it is." A beautiful little thing. It was a cub, with the big paws and fluffy ears. It was the cutest thing imaginable. And it cost more than a human actor. $300 an hour in those days, like $3,000 now. And that fox cost a bundle. And then they wanted to use a stuffed owl. And I'm sitting there stoned in my apartment in Marblehead saying, "I can't come in today, I got a sore throat." And I'm saying, yeah. I say, "What? No, you can't use a phony owl, right? People see it, those things too obvious." So they had to go out and get an owl as well for this. It was probably the most expensive campaign in the history of the company. Went way over budget. And then Abner put in for $150 worth of sandwiches and things like that, right? Well, he was a New Yorker, he liked good sandwiches, right? So that they were all pissed off about that. But the pictures came out great, and and then we had the 6-page spread, and in the center of one of the pages you had the president, the guy we'd met that night in a blue shirt, and engineer's pencils in his pocket, and it says "Our new pets and how we care for them," and you had on one side of him a computer with a fox on it, and on the other side a computer with the owl on the keyboard, right? Wonderful. So people who saw those ads remember them 20 years later, I'm sure. They were such a breakthrough in the computer business where everything was hard, hard boxes. The fox was adorable, except first time they put him on the thing, he sat there a minute and they jumped down. After they couldn't keep him up there, so they had to go with the first photo. Didn't get another shot of him, how do you keep a fox on a monitor? $300 an hour, and for the owl was probably more. So the sales went up 400% or 600%, some incredible figure like that, as soon as the things hit the press.
Wow.
So that's the idea, if you use an image, right? And they even named the terminals the Fox 1200 and the Owl 1400 and so on, you see.
How did you finish up at that ad agency?
Oh, I got the can right after that, This, mainly because I never came in, the secretary to Mark said, "Shayne, the Jews work hard, Mark was a Jew and she wasn't. "We Jews work hard, Shayne." I was obviously not fit for the club. But also, I don't know if you've seen this movie Putney Swopes, one of the funniest films ever to come out of, a small production in Hollywood. It's about a black guy who takes over an ad agency through big, fancy ad agency at a time when blacks were just kind of token blacks. And in the film, you see a guy saying, "Hey, boss, I got an idea. Why don't we paint all the mailboxes green in the whole neighborhood? And then we put the man picture." "That's the stupidest idea I ever heard of. You're fired." And then the next scene, you see them painting all the mailboxes in the neighborhood green, see? So this is traditional in advertising. When there's a big coup that you get murdered and someone gets the credit.
So how'd you get the can? What happened? They just said...
No, Mark didn't even dare tell me. He had his, the guy who would stab me in the back, and his second in command call me in and give me the axe. And I had a recorder on in my pocket, and somehow a record of that conversation between me and Alan got reproduced in the office. My friend Bob heard it, and so it was quite a thing. But I was the hero, really.
Where were you living at the time?
Marblehead, Mass. Wonderful place, right? God.
And now, is that before or after you did the stereo?
About the same time, right? I think, yeah, because Mark called me my promoter. So did Lyle Stewart. He said, "My promoter." Everybody called me a promoter. Everybody, two guys. So I said, "Oh, I'm a promoter. What can I promote?" Now, at that time, maybe you should stop a second and we'll start another.